Hey everybody, welcome. My name is Brian Boyd. I am one dad on a mic.
That's right. And I am Zach Gittler. I am the other dad. And what does that make us?
Two dads on a mic.
Not one, two.
Welcome to episode number 001. This is our first episode, everybody, and we're so excited to have you here with us today. We're so excited to drop a little bit of knowledge on us, and I'm sure you're going to be dropping we're dropping knowledge on you, and I'm sure you're going to be excited to drop a little bit of knowledge on us as well. So let's go ahead and let's get this started, man. Zach, how you doing today, buddy?
I'm doing good, man.
Yeah?
I'm doing real good.
Yeah? How was your day today?
Busy, as always,
right?
Because I have a 3-year-old. And how was your day?
My day was good. You know, I was busy as well. Work, did a little bit of both businesses today, and that was good. So it was nice. Don't have the 3-year-old quite yet, which we'll get into in a little bit.
Yeah.
Learn a little bit more about us here in a second. But, yeah, I just wanted to jump into this first episode, and we really felt that it was important for us to jump into this first episode of Two Dads on a Mic, and really, talked about who we are. Talk about, how we met, how we became, how this became or is becoming. I guess it really hasn't became yet.
It's both.
Yeah, right.
It's everything.
How this project came about, and our journeys into fatherhood, and then just kind of end the episode with why we're doing this.
Correct.
That's important.
Correct.
You got to have purpose.
Purpose,
right?
Is key.
You got to make sure that you know why you're doing what you're doing.
Why? What are we doing?
Dude, I don't know, man.
We don't know, and that's the best part about this. Is because we're just gonna let it evolve.
Isn't that what fatherhood is?
It is.
Really?
What are we doing?
I know.
Always. You're gonna ask yourself that so many times.
I know. That's what I'm about to find out.
Just get ready.
Shit.
Get ready.
Help me, everybody. I think I'm doing this more for my benefit than for yours.
Yeah.
No, but go ahead, buddy. Let's start this off and tell me who you are. Who are you, man?
My name, Zach. Last name, Gittler. That's it. I'm out. Mic drop. Bye.
Bam. That's him, people.
I'm Zach, and I have a 3-year-old child, Aria, married to the most amazing wife in the world, Jessica. That was for you. But
I'll debate you on that one, man.
Are we going to have a wife off?
We might.
Wife
dude.
off. That's how you'll get to meet the wife. We're going to have a wife
Dang.
off.
That's, that's a good battle, though.
Who would win?
Think, okay, when you say that, I immediately go Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat.
I know.
So I'm thinking Molly is like Scorpion or Guile.
I know, that's the only one I remember.
Right?
Finish him.
Yeah, finish him. Or Street Fighter. I'm thinking Molly's like who was the Guile's the guy I'm thinking in Street
I only remember
Fighter.
Wolverine looking dude. That's it.
Wolverine looking dude.
He has yellow.
No, not in Street Fighter.
I don't know.
Vega, maybe? I don't know. Maybe you guys can help us out with that. But wife off would be, I like that. Dude.
Wife off. It's going to be a whole episode.
Right now, Jessica kicked Maul's ass because Maul's 7.5 months pregnant.
True. That's a little bit about Brian right there. Look, yes. Zach, 3-year-old daughter, lived in Cali for about 15 plus years, originally from Minnesota, Minneapolis, Minnesota, and been married for 10 years this year, actually.
Dude, you guys have been married for 10 years.
This October, we're throwing the 10-year, man. We're going to throw a big party.
Oh.
And on that note, I love parties because I'm a DJ. I love videography, wife's photographer. We sell women's clothing. We just do everything.
Wow.
And we take care of a child. So it never ends.
Yeah.
It's always fun. It's always learning. And we're here, and I'm here to help to give knowledge and listen to what you guys have to say, and girls, back to us in regards to the family world and babies.
Yeah. Dadding.
Dadding.
Dadding
Is that
hard.
a thing?
It's now. Hashtag
Has anybody ever said it?
Hashtag dadding hard.
No, just dadding.
Dadding.
I think
I hashtagged that the other day.
Did
dadding.
You? Is there anything there?
I don't remember anything coming up.
I'm curious because that's good.
It's good, huh?
That's really good.
Dadding.
I like when these things happen.
I'm dadding. Dadding hard.
Hashtag dadding is good.
Yeah.
I like it. We're going to use it.
So
that's a little bit about me, Bri.
Yeah.
What's up
Thanks,
with
man.
you,
man. I'm 37 years old. I am 1 year younger than Zach. So
Wait, no, I didn't say my age. I'm 19.
I'm actually 62.
Yeah.
So,
Teens and pregnant. I was on that show. Yeah,
and I was in 60s and pregnant.
No, I think I'm 38. No, I never know. It's a number.
So what I would like to tease Zach about is that I'll be appeasing to the younger demographic, and he'll definitely be appeasing to the older demographic.
Never. I go backwards. I'm Benjamin Button, okay? I age backwards.
Yeah, he sure does.
I was born with this beard.
Smaller and smaller.
Your beard gets longer, and
smaller.
mine gets shorter because I'm.
Yeah, I'm not talking about beards, man. not talking about other organs.
Oh, yeah,
on the
down
human
there, I
body.
don't have any hair left.
I'm not talking about hair either. I'm talking about size.
Yeah, whatever.
No, but really, my name's Brian Boyd, 37 years old. I've been married. This year will be our 8th anniversary, but I've been with my wife for 12 years. Blessed to have such an amazing woman in my life. And I think that's one thing that we're both blessed with, man. Like,
Seriously.
honestly, we have some driven, hardworking, amazing women
When it's
in our
meant
lives.
to be, it's
Dude,
meant to be.
I mean, if she is a mother effing hustler.
Yeah.
I think they both are.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
We're meant to be.
And so we're blessed. And so, yeah, my wife is 7.5 months pregnant. We're due March 16th of this year.
Watch out now.
I know. I don't have a kiddo yet in the true
What
form.
are you doing on this
I know,
show?
right? Dude, you don't know. You don't. Well, my motto is, it ain't gonna be that different.
Yeah. And what? Oh, yeah, my tagline is like, I brush my teeth with butt paste.
Yeah, see, so you can see the two worlds that we come from right now. But to be honest with you, that's who I am. That's kind of about me. I work. Let me tell you a little bit about my work life. Zach went into his. I work for a company called Grand Pacific Resorts. I also co-own a hair salon with my wife that we started together 5 years ago. We had our 5-year anniversary on December 4th, man.
Congrats, dude.
So awesome. And then a few other things that we're venturing into. This is a big one, and we're also in an investment club together, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's been quite a journey as well.
Super cool.
Got to make that money.
Super cool. Yeah, gotta buy those diapers, man.
Man, drop them Benjis.
Side note, are you worrying about how much diapers are gonna cost ever?
Dude.
Guess what? It doesn't matter. You don't care once it happens.
Because you can't.
You just don't care.
It's one of those things.
You know me. I worried him like,
Yeah,
how
he's
much?
pretty.
You just figure it out.
He's Jewish, everybody.
Yeah, I'm Jewish. Yes,
And
yes.
money
I
is
rep
like...
I rep it. I stack it in my piggy banks. I buried it.
He does.
We're
gonna get into piggy banks one of these episodes.
Dude, I'm
writing that down now.
I got piggy bank knowledge. I'm very adamant about piggy.
Wait till you wait.
Only the ones you can have to break open.
Wait till you hear about the piggy banks.
Yeah,
it's gonna blow your mind. Okay,
I'm on it.
So let's go ahead and move on. So yeah, that's a little bit about me. That's what I do. And so why don't we just tell them a little bit about how we met? I'll go ahead and start it off.
Do it.
So we met. We were talking about this a little bit earlier. We think so. The salon opened. You know what though?
Did we meet prior?
I don't think so because I think Jess. I don't know if Jess was getting her hair done with Molly before salon.
She
Brill.
crossed paths, I think, at the older salon.
Gotcha.
Because of Fio.
Oh, that's right.
It was Fio.
Fio,
it was you. It's always you, Fio.
It is, Fio. And you know what? Fio's husband's name's Brian, so
True.
that just like doubles her
Two of the
value.
most amazing people.
But I think I believe that we first met after we opened Brill. So we opened in 2012, and my wife is Jess's hairstylist.
Yes.
And so we met through Brill, and I was working there full time at that time, and we just had a good connection immediately. Zach's helped our company out with a lot of things. He shot video for us. He's done fashion shows for us. He's done a lot of things to really add value to our company, and super appreciative of just getting to know this man. He is a lot like me, but also different,
but older
in a way, a little older, a little grayer.
Dude, I embrace the gray.
That's right, dude. You should, man.
I know.
It's not age, it's wisdom.
I do feel that I will be the Dos Equis guy.
Ooh.
That's my goal.
Yeah,
I already knew that prior to even like getting
the
gray.
most interesting man. You know what I don't like? You know what I don't like about the new Dos Equis guy? I don't.
There's a new one.
Yeah,
I
bro.
haven't seen it.
You haven't seen the new guy?
I don't know.
He's younger.
Oh, it's the younger of him, right?
No, I don't think it's of him. He's not gray. He's not silver.
No, I know what you mean because they've always backtracked.
But you know what he says is he says, "Stay thirsty, mis amigos." Not "Stay thirsty, my friends." I think "Stay thirsty, my friends" it just rolls.
My friends.
Stay thirsty, my friends.
Yeah, but they could be veering towards a different demographic. Yeah, smart.
And he's not near as suave.
No,
the
dude.
dude is just not. He just does not.
He's my dude.
He is definitely not the most interesting man in the world. The first most interesting man. He was the most interesting man in the world.
So my best friend when they got married, guess what speech I gave to him?
What?
I had no speech. Best man is the wedding, I think, or he picked his dad, but we're all best men. Anyway, I gave a speech. I didn't know what I was going to give the night before. Woke up literally 2 a.m. I'm like, he's the nicest dude in the world, right?
Uh-huh.
The most considerate man. And I'll recite this, the literally wrote it up full on, just off the top of the head, gave the speech, killed it.
Dude, that is awesome.
And the one that killed it was, he sends thank you cards to people he doesn't even know. He is the most considerate man.
Oh, dude, I love it.
Dude, I got...
So you tailored you tailored the speech around how he is the most considerate man.
We joke back and forth all the time. We send each other these and this and that. And I'm like, no idea. His mom hit me up like, you're not saying anything? I'm like, pressure the night before. I'm like, because I wasn't the best man. He picked his dad because he got so many best friends. He's the most considerate man.
Dude, I love it.
It was amazing.
I love it. That's beautiful. Well, we digress, people, because we're totally getting off topic.
Yeah, right.
But that's okay. You're going to notice that about us sometimes,
Always.
And I'll have to bring us back around sometimes because this guy, man,
he's my middle name's off topic.
It is Zach off topic. G to the Hitler. All right, so that's pretty much the story of how we met. We met at Brill, and we just kind of grew our friendship from there.
Yeah, it just happened when we crossed paths. We said, "What are you doing tonight?" And then we just hooked up and hung out with the fams and wivies and even pre-baby and kicked it.
Yeah, and you know it's kind of funny because let's
all say hi to Molly, but we can just
hey
wait.
Molly,
Hey, Molly.
She's home. We're home.
Prego is home.
Prego. So we've always ever since we met, Zach's always said to me, dude, we got to do something together. We got to do something together. We got to do something together. So I was like, finally, right? And I'm kind of jumping into our next topic here.
Yeah.
How this project came about. Why don't you go ahead and share with them?
How did it come about? We were at one of our investment meetings and hanging out, and we were done with what we needed to on our agenda, which is hard for me to follow because I don't know what an agenda is. And he brought this idea up to me, and I was like, yes. Like, light bulb went off. Amazing idea. I got a kid that's 3. He's got a kid coming. What better way to give knowledge and insight on both avenues? I wish I had it. And I was like, let's do it. You know, like, how are we going to do it? We pre-planned it. We're here now, and we're making it happen.
Yeah, and I think that's we'll get into why we're doing this here in a little bit. But before we do that, he's pretty much spot on. That's exactly how this project came about, and that's why we're doing this. It's not just because we want to, give a bunch of knowledge out to the world, but we also want knowledge to come to us.
Yes.
I think selfishly, we want to learn as much as we possibly can so we can be the best dads that we can possibly be.
Yeah, we're doing this for free knowledge from you.
Yeah. This is all about us, people.
Yeah, always.
This is not about you. No, but seriously, we'll get into that in a little bit. But hey, why don't you also now just tell us about your journey into
becoming a
fatherhood?
Dum, dum,
Luke.
Okay.
Luke.
Never thought I was gonna have a child ever.
I am your father.
Wifey and me, 10 years this October. Never were like, no kids. I don't want kids. I'm cool. We see people. I don't want that, whatever. And then just something happens. And I think it's you getting older, you watching a movie, whatever it may be, something sparks it. And then the conversation started. And I'm like, cool. Like next month or 2, let's talk about having a child. We did. And we're like, all right, let's do it. And that's kind of how it happens with me and the wifey. And it's just like, yeah, let's do it. And it happened. January, we said that. Come the new year, we were like going to make a decision. January. And then February, we found out we were pregnant. Or not found out, but Easter we found out we were pregnant. Mom was visiting, is super awesome. It's just a whirlwind of a day, which I want to know when you guys found out what you did. You never told me, but I do remember. I mean,
you're putting me on the spot.
You got to soak up these moments because when I found out, it was awesome. Mom was there, this and that, and then we went to go to my sister's house, who lives here now in Cali, and I had a moment after that where I walked outside, about to go to the next funness of what we were going to do, and I just broke down amazing, like super happy, crying like crazy. Jess came out, my wife, and just we had that moment. It was super awesome, and it was just amazing, and that's how that started to the journey of fatherhood. So
it's awesome, man.
It's now on you.
All right, so I'm gonna go back a little bit here.
Go way back.
Like way back, people. I mean, I'm talking like the early 2000s.
Yes.
Like some of you that are watching this don't even know what that time.
Get your NSYNC on. Get your NSYNC
on.
on.
So Molly and I met in 2005. Well, that's when we started dating. So we actually met way back in the day. I'm even gonna go way. I'm going like early mid 90s, people.
Way back.
Like I'm going back like I don't know, Biggie Smalls time.
Get it.
So we met in early in the mid 90s, and then we started dating in the 2005, and we actually I used to be a teacher. So my background is in education, and what I realized about that realm is that I love being around children, and how I came about realizing that is when I was in college, I got a job working in a daycare center at a gym. And I just found myself really like loving kids and wanting to be around kids because I think they just add so much value, right? I mean, they're funny. I wish adults thought that way. I wish adults thought like kids do because kids think so outside the box, and the way that they approach everyday life. If we could do that as individuals, it would be amazing.
Yep. I agree.
As adults, not just as individuals, but as adults. And so when I started dating Molly in 2005, she would help out in the classroom and all that stuff. But she never really wanted kiddos, and
Is that true, Mal? Confirmed.
that's the truth right there. See, people, I tell the truth. I don't lie. So she didn't really want kids, and so what happened is we started dating in 2005, and then the next year, I wanted to go teach in another city, so we moved to Chicago, and she moved with me, and I taught in Chicago, and this and that, and one thing led to another, and then we ended up moving out to San Diego, which we are absolutely blessed with, right?
So,
dude, if you don't live in San Diego, don't move here. It sucks.
Yeah.
Like, we don't want any more people here.
It's
Sorry.
It's the most amazing place.
It is
I'm
the
happy I
best.
didn't grow up here, though.
Yeah.
Very happy.
Right?
I appreciate it
Yeah.
more and more.
Yeah, I feel you. So we moved out here in 2008, and we got engaged in 2009. And so then we got married in 2010, and we've been married for, this will be our 8th year, and it wasn't just until it was last year, 2017, because now we're in 2018. 2017, it was almost the beginning of the year when she finally came to me and was like, hey, you want to have a kiddo? And to be honest with you, she didn't ever want kids.
So
and
last 2017.
So almost like a year from now, right? She was interested in having the kiddos. So and the reason that's interesting and I bring it up is because people would always ask me like, hey, if Molly doesn't want to have kiddos, what about you? Like, do you want to have kids? And my response to them was, well, if Molly doesn't want to have kids, then apparently I don't want to have kids, because at the end of the day, like, I made a commitment to her, right? I made a commitment to her as my wife, and so it's important that I live up to that commitment, and that's who I have right now. I have my wife. I don't have a kiddo, right? And so to me, the most important thing was making sure that the relationship that I chose to have was the relationship that I'm going to have.
Yep.
And so it was quite a surprise when she decided that it's something that she wanted to do. And I'll be honest with you, I remember when I was like 22, 23 years old, and I remember thinking that the day I have a kid of my own is going to be the day where I feel like I'm the happiest person in the world. Like, it's one of those moments.
22, 23?
Yeah, dude. Like,
Wow.
Seriously. I remember. And I think it was because I surrounded myself with children
kids.
all the
Yeah,
time,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And I saw how much joy they brought me,
that's
but
still
other people.
Pretty rare, I would say, or impressive.
Right.
Because even, like, I think 2021, I remember, like, running, like, a kids camp. And I was, like, I coach soccer teams, this and that, so it was always... But I wasn't thinking about no kids at 22.
No, but here's the thing. I wasn't thinking about having kids,
I was
man.
like, no.
There's a difference between thinking about having kids and wanting kids.
True.
Right? So I wasn't wanting
I guess
kids, but I was
never-
thinking about having them.
I never wrapped my brain around, I think then at 21, 22, about just, like, will I ever want a child?
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess I never really did.
Yeah.
I never focused on that, which is, I got to dive deeper in my brain and see if I really did.
You just need a reality check,
I got to
bro.
put my swimming trunks on, and I'm going diving tomorrow. High dive. I'm going high diving.
Dude, you're old though, man. You need floaties?
I'm out of here.
So anyway, it was about a year ago that she had brought it up and just decided to ask, I really want to have a kiddo. And I think what I will attest this to is, and she may disagree with me. So babe, if you're watching this, listen to this, you may disagree, but a lot of her friends are having kids. True. And I think what she saw, it wasn't like a jealousy thing, but I think what she saw is how much they enjoyed it, and how much joy it brought them, and how much family it means to her. Family means a lot to her, and family means a lot to me as well. And so to create our own family, not that we don't have one between her, myself, and our dog, but to create an addition to our family in that regards, it's a special thing. And I think she realized how special something like that could be.
So yeah, that's what I mean. You are surrounded day by day with not pressure, but like influence. You know what I mean? Like, should I be, could I be, or whatever I should do. And yes, that is a culprit, I think, of when it comes to having kids, especially as you get older. I mean, like, you know, come back to 22, 21-year-old. I mean, like I said, I never even thought about that. But even when me and Jess got together, I wasn't thinking about kids. We never even had that conversation ever. But the influence of the world that surrounds us definitely plays a huge part when friends are.
Well, I find it, and this is where we'll differ in things. Like, you know, they basically had the conversation January and got pregnant February.
Because that's what I do.
I mean, you just do it, man. You just get to it.
I do what I do, man.
but I think that's, you know, for me, I'm much more of a planner, you might say. You know what I mean?
Get ready to unplan that plan.
Shit, I know, man. I'll tell you.
You can plan as much as you want, moms, dads that are watching, you know. And but it's good to have a plan, you know, like even now where we're at 3 years in, I've never planned so much now than I ever have before, so it will benefit you.
Right.
But like literally my main thing to say to anybody who's pregnant is don't have any expectations and it will just be easier.
Right.
That's what I would say.
Yeah, yeah. And it's funny that you say that though, that don't be ready to plan, but I've never done more planning in my life until now.
Right now, yes, because to make
Isn't that
things
crazy?
I know, but you just have no control. I mean, you have to roll with it. You have to just do what you do and just have confidence in what you do, kind of
right, thing. Right. So, you know, we've really talked about, you know, who we are, what we're doing, why this is, and our journey into fatherhood. So, you know, let's just jump into, you know, why we're doing this. So
why do we make Two Dads on a Mic? That's Brian. That's a great question.
It is.
Why are we doing this?
I think you came up with that question.
I did, and I come up with good questions here and there. I got one. You know,
well, all these millennials these days, and whether I am one or not, you know, purpose is everything.
What constitutes?
You got to have purpose.
What
makes
what categorizes a millennial?
Well, apparently I think it's 1980, maybe 1982.
So if you're born after that.
In or after? You were
79?
Dude, you're
Jess
like a flower child, bro.
So
you're like a flower child.
Man, that's messed up.
That's funny.
But why are we doing this? Okay, after Brian brought up this amazing idea to do it, I was all in. You know, like it's very rare that a light bulb goes off in my head. It did. And I was like, let's do it. You know, like we pre-planned what we want to do, what we want out of this. But as you know, I'm going to start using value here. You're going to be like getting that into me, but we just want to bring, you know, good content, good info to everybody out there, you know, women, dads, everybody, kids, teenagers, whatever it may be. Like if this is a avenue that we could, you know, offer something to give back, because I wish I had it, you know, like you know, not a huge book reader. I tried to as the baby was, you know, developing, but I'm just not, you know, like, so when it comes to video,
I haven't read one book, bro.
Dude, I can't read. And I'm saying that like I can read.
He really can't. I have an agenda in front of him right now and he isn't going off at all.
I can read, but I choose not to. But if there's a video way, like that's why I love podcasts. Like I didn't love podcasts till a couple months ago. I think you kind of put me onto that. I'm like, all right, let's dive deep. But you got to like research which one to listen to. Hence, with dad and knowledge out there, as you're gonna, you know, you can say is like, there's not anything out there. You know, like you did your research. I then, you know, looked out and.
Well, it's not that there's nothing out there. I think the most important thing to remember about this is there's not good shit out there.
True.
Right, and I think that's a purpose of why we're doing this, because a lot of the stuff out there for dads. Right, it's kind of crap.
It's nothing.
I mean, we were researching podcasts on for dad information, and it either was, and I'm not gonna harp on, I'm not gonna put it down, but maybe a little boring or didn't really speak to us.
Yep, exactly.
I think that's the most important thing. It didn't speak to us.
And what speaks to us is like, you know, just entertainment. You know, we're taking away your time right now watching this. So we want to make it entertainment for you a little bit, just like, you know, informational. We want to engage you guys and girls and everybody, and that's our end result. So we're rolling with it. Yeah,
and I think it's really important, and he touched on this a little bit, and I'll just add to it, is that this is not a podcast or a YouTube channel that's for men. right? Like
It's for
literally, it's for any single person that's a parent, wanting to be a parent, or has been a parent. And really just providing you with as much value and information as possible to make you as successful as you want to be.
We want to have a 3-year-old call in, like maybe someone at my daughter's preschool, call in and ask a question. That's what my goal is.
You like that? You want to have a kiddo call in?
They could, because when I show up to pick up Arya at preschool, Arya's dad's here. Arya's dad's here. And then we start running around getting crazy. So maybe I could have them.
Dude,
I could tell them.
You guys will get to know this about Zach. So when we talk about colors, like there's 4 main colors out there. There's like the reds, the blues, the yellows, and the whites. You're yellow.
So Jess called me a color too.
You're more yellow than Homer Simpson, bro.
Don't you call me yellow.
Don't you? What movie?
Back to the Future.
Yes! Yes, I quote that all the time because I'm yellow too.
Dude.
I'm just not quite as yellow as this man. Like, I'm like 60%. This dude's like 98.2.
I'm the sun. I make you grow.
But yeah, back to why we are doing this, and we really want. And I was talking to Zach about this earlier as well. Is that I would be stoked if more women watch this podcast than men, and the reason for that is I want women to understand, and this is going to get me in a lot of trouble. Okay, this is going to be in a lot of trouble right now. I want women to understand what men are going through during a pregnancy.
Yeah,
because at the end of the day, like, okay, women, don't beat me up. Okay, don't start blasting me on Instagram and Facebook. You're going through the worst of it, okay? I get that. I totally get that.
We're not just saying that to say
Trust
that's
me, when
correct.
when I wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning to my wife crunching on apples because that's what she's like craving.
Green or red, Mo?
But let me tell you a funny. You want to hear a funny story about apples?
I do.
So one day she went to the grocery store, and she bought one type of every single apple.
No way.
We had a lineup of apples on our counter, so she could do an apple tasting test to decide which apple would taste the best to her.
That's pretty awesome.
So I understand that stuff, but it's also important that the wives understand what the men are going through because emotionally, like, we're going through shit too, like we are. And I'm not saying that it's worse than what you're going through. Okay, we're not getting chemical changes in our body. We're not, but. Well, hopefully we can provide some insight on what it's like to go through this process from a man's point of view.
It's a team effort.
Right, totally, absolutely.
It's a team effort. And if you want your team to be a champion, then you have to work as a team.
Right.
That involves both sides, and that's what we want to offer.
Yeah, absolutely. And so we just think that both perspectives are extremely important. So we're going to be looking for both perspectives.
For sure.
We're going to be looking for women to help us, to guide us, with questions, answers, suggestions, things like that, and the men as well. And I think when we approach it on both angles, I think that's something unique. I don't think a lot of people think of it that way. They always think about, well, how's it affecting me? What's it about me? And for us, this podcast isn't about us.
Yeah, we're just planting the seed right now. We want it to grow, and we don't know how it's going to grow. Right. We don't know what it's going to grow, but we want to offer everything we can to everybody out there and just see what evolves from that.
Yeah, absolutely. And so, with that, getting into what we're going to be, what we want you to look forward to, and what we're going to be promoting on this podcast, or we'd like to do something in regards to products, right?
Oh, for sure. I mean, like, everything we could touch on that, we engage with you guys of also, like, what do you want to see? Products definitely going to be one of them. Insights, stories, topics, whatever it may be. We, like I said, the sky's the limit with what we could produce out of this. We're kind of letting it just create itself. And this is kind of the first one, and seeing what evolves from that.
Yeah, and in regards to like the products, and the reason why we want to touch on something like that is, I'll tell you what, in the last 7 months, I've been inundated with the amount of crazy shit that's out there that you can buy for your baby.
Dude. It's
I think
nuts.
I bought something. I think my wife thinks I'm out.
What'd you buy? What'd you buy?
I bought it's like a poop. It's like a poop protector.
For what? Like
for blowouts.
No.
Yeah. See, everyone's like, dude, when are you ever going to find the time to put that shit on?
No.
But you know what? Like I said, it ain't going to be that different.
You know what? I feel that the most, like, one of the most important things to wrap your brain around is be creative. Be creative. Like, we will change, or did change, still do, our baby, like, in the back of our car, like, in the seat, in, like, where your feet rest in a 2-door car. It doesn't matter. Like, be creative, and don't think, like, you're always, like, haltered to, like, oh, I got to get home to change my baby on the baby table.
But there might be something out there to help you with that. And
there always will be. Hence the world we live in and how people make money. Like, we bought in a lot of stuff, but also, get whatever you can from anybody else that you have had a baby and try it out that way.
Did you just say Botan?
Botan?
Is that a Minnesota?
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 Oh, no, I'm not from Minnesota.
Oh, hey,
cheese curds, okay.
But anyway, so that's one thing that we want to focus on, and we'd love like input, feedback, people to share those things that they'd like us to maybe review.
Yes, for sure.
That'd be awesome.
Yep.
And just try it out and see if it works or if it doesn't work. Also, one thing that's really important to us is that we really want to focus on gratitude. And what I mean by that and what we mean by that is that every episode we're going to focus on what we're grateful for.
Yep.
And sometimes when we get in the rat race of things, when we have so many things going on in our lives, we forget to think about how grateful we are for what we have.
Yeah.
And that's really important, especially when we have kiddos in our lives, and to raise them around that. What are your thoughts on that, Zach?
Well, you're going to be, of course, people that have kids, you're going to be engulfed in not time to think about what you're grateful for, but it's so important to like look back and those moments. And I get them, a lot now, being 3 years into it, of raising a child, of just like, wow, like I've created this being, and I've helped create where she's at, and oh my goodness, she just did something I've been trying to do for like the last 6 months, and it's happened, and it's nuts. It's a whirlwind of a ride. It will never end. But yes, to look back always. The more you can look back on, gratefulness and just gratitude of everything you've accomplished in a child is it's nuts.
Yeah.
And you should.
Yeah, and just having that attitude of gratitude and really and I think even more importantly, to just realize that you're grateful is to express that you're grateful.
For sure.
Like, let your kiddos know that you're grateful for them.
Mm-hmm.
Let your wife know that you're grateful for them. Wives, let your husband know as well. And just making sure that that you are exuding that gratefulness constantly. And the minutia of every day-to-day tasks, whether it's work or family or whatever, we can really get lost in that. So we want to make it a point that we're explaining to you what we're grateful for. So you hopefully will take a time out of your day to be grateful for what you need to be grateful for.
Yes, as the room is fulfilling with aroma of, I'm going to guess, stir-frying of something from the mother-to-be. I can smelleth in the aireth, some broccolieth, maybe
cue?
some beefeth. I don't know if you eateth, because Brianeth is on some paleo-ieth or...
I'm not on a diet, man. It's not a diet.
I know, it is. It's not.
It's a way of living.
Whoever created it is a great marketer.
Well, it's a way of living.
No, I agree.
And it works.
I agree.
It works.
That's a whole other episode. Let's save that.
But I used to be skinny fat.
True.
Do you know what skinny fat is?
Scat.
It's like dad bod.
Scat.
But worse.
You scatting around day by day.
I don't even know what that means, bro.
Skinny fat.
Scat?
It's marrying them together. Skinny and fat. Scat.
Scat?
Scat.
Where's the C come in?
I don't know. It's
okay.
K. It's K.
Okay.
There you go.
Scat.
Okay.
I got you. I'm feeling
all right.
So, that's pretty much what we're going to be doing within this podcast, this YouTube channel. So, we're really excited about this. We hope you are too. We hope you get a lot of value out of what we're trying to do and how we're going to approach doing it, and any feedback that we get in regards to what we're wanting to do and trying to do is just going to help us make this as best and beneficial as possible.
You know what I just thought of is, like, I think how this is going to evolve is the same way when I tried to read books in whatever grade it was, those books that you read where you read a page, it's like, turn to page 12 if you want to go this way, or page 6.
Choose your own adventure.
So I think that's how this is going to evolve.
I think it already is, dude.
I think it already is, because like we're just leaving it open. Like we could talk for days about whatever, and it can spawn off organically to this and that, whatever.
Yeah.
But we want to leave it up to you guys that are watching, and all ages, all demographics, all, female, male, whatever it may be. Like that's how we want to kind of leave it open in that. So the engagement is what we want from you, girls and guys and kids and newborns. Newborns with phones is going to happen. So just call in.
Love hearing from newborns.
Yes, I love it, man. They're the best.
Oh,
That jibber
so
jabber.
awesome.
Oh man, so good. So influential. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think what Zach's saying is extremely important. Like you are going to be the ones that we're looking for. And with that being said, we need you to make sure that you follow us, that you subscribe to our channel, right? You follow us. We're going to be posting these podcasts on iTunes. We're going to be posting them on SoundCloud. So not only subscribing to our podcast, but leaving comments and rating it as well. That's going to be really important to drive us forward. We're going to always remind you of that, not because we're just shamelessly plugging it, but because that's what we need from you.
It's just how we grow and can get more knowledge out there and more, influence to us too. Because like we said, we're selfish. We want more influence from you guys to us.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, mainly right now you're probably watching on YouTube or Facebook. So in YouTube right now, subscribe to the channel. Facebook, follow the group and all that good stuff. So
yeah, let me go ahead and give them all that stuff so they can start doing that. So Instagram is at 2 dads on a mic. Twitter is at 2 dads on a mic. And then Facebook is facebook.com/2 dads on a mic. That is the 2 as well. So pretty simple, right? The YouTube channel will be up pretty soon. We'll let you guys know when that's up and running so you can subscribe to that. Make sure that you are following us, commenting on this, liking it, and giving us reviews, right?
Yes, reviews, questions, YouTube and Facebook, wherever avenue you're watching us right now. Any questions you guys have, any topics
anything you want to see.
Exactly. Anything you want to see, discuss, review, whatever it may be. Like I said, what's the book called? The Turn to Page 12?
Turn to page. Oh, Choose Your Own Adventure.
Choose your own episode. Choose your own what you want to see next. Vibe off it like that. Hit us up, whatever it may be, and that could be the next episode. Who knows? Or a part of it. That's what we want to leave it open to.
Yeah, a lot of things that we have coming up that we're excited about. There's so many avenues. One of the things that Zach and I do is we literally, when we get into a room together, we just start brainstorming ideas. So I'm excited for what the future has to hold with this because I see a lot of things happening with us.
We talk for days about whatever.
Yeah.
We could be the new Seinfeld show about nothing.
Hopefully we just don't bore the shit out of you.
No. Impossible. Impossible.
Well, everybody, we thank you so much for joining us today.
Yes.
It's really, truly a very, very thankful and grateful that you've spent your time to be here with us. And, we love you and we happy parenting. So, 2 dads on a mic. I'm Brian Boyd.
And we're out.
Peace.